as you should. We're going to have a super exciting panel to start off this morning. I would say, I'm going to ask the people on this panel to give a real brief introduction to themselves, if you guys don't mind, to say hello to everybody in the crowd. And maybe a brief word or two about what your feelings on maybe books that you were obsessed with when you were just... First of all, I just have to show you this awesome hat that I received when I walked in the door from Jamie Edition. It's too Actually, John, can you come over and stand next to me for a height comparison? Lena, you too? This will be fun. It looks like they're trying to adopt me. That's a weird...
They can't hear that. So, to the people in the back, it looked like you were just dancing.
That happens. That totally happens. But somebody's cell phone went off. So if your cell phone goes away, and I also write YA books. I love the YA. And
I'm Cheryl Klein. I'm a senior editor at Arthur A. Levine Books. I was continuity editor for the last two books of the Harry Potter series here in the States.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Perkins, and you guys might not believe this, but this is the first time in my entire life I've ever spoken into a microphone. Generally, I have a much smaller crowd, and I just project.
is this a bad time for me to tell you you're doing it wrong? I'm just kidding, you're fine. I just thought that'd be funny. You are.
I feel like I should be at Kmart announcing specials. I am very, very obsessive by nature.
Hello. My first time on a microphone too. My name is Lena Roy, and I am also a YA author, and I'm completely geeking out that I get to be on a panel with Libba, Cheryl, Stephanie, and John Green.
Hi, my name is John Green, and I'm the author. I'm the author of 3 books by myself, Looking for Alaska, and a bunch of Catherine's and Paper Towns, and 1 book with my friend David, who I think is here. Yep, he's here. Which is called Will Grace and Will Grace, and I was recently at my gastroenterologist, who I've been visiting far too much frequency of late, and as he was pressing on my stomach and hurting me a great deal, he said, so how's that book doing? Will Grace and Will Grace, and the book's so good they named it twice. And I was like, I've never told you I'm a writer. So anyway, that's the first way that books changed my life, is that my gastroenterologist knows my career in advance of my telling you about it.
It's by Allie Carter. I am Allie Carter. I am not an editor, I am an author, so I get to show it kind of a different side of what editors do. Just quick show of hands, how many people in the crowd today? And the only David Levitan.
This is kind of fun because I'm doing some things as an author and some things as an editor. You will have to look very closely to see if there's any discernible difference when I'm talking as each of them. But here I am an editor, so I'm editorial director at Scholastic. I edit things such as The Hunger Games, a small little thing you may have heard of. Authors like Garth Nix, Anne Martin. I'm the only thing that Garth Nix and Anne Martin have in common, to our knowledge, besides humanity, of course. I started a group called Push, which is all first-time writers, that is celebrating its 10th anniversary next year, which is kind of crazy. And I've been at Scholastic since I was 19 years old, so I've been there for a while.
I'm the publisher of Dutton Children's Books. I've been at Penguin for almost 10 years now, and I've been in the business for about 15. I have historically done everything in the children's publishing business, nonfiction, picture books, but I have always primarily done fiction for older readers, and now that's all I do, middle grade and young adult. There are a few authors here today who I edit, who you probably have heard of, including John Green, David Levitan, Stephanie Perkins, and I also work... I also work with Gail Foreman, who wrote If I Stay, Ali Condi, who wrote Match, and a whole bunch of other people.
I'm Cheryl Kahn. I'm the senior editor at Arthur and Bean Books, where I have been since 2000. It was my first job out of college. So I'm also a longtime Scholastic baby, like David is. We just stay where we are. And I edit a wide range of books, mostly in what we call, I guess, literary fiction, hardcover. And
At Writer's House, here most notably, Melissa and Nellie's agent of Harry History. Thank you. Let's start with this team. Kate. This is Team Anna and the French Kiss. Kate is an agent at KT Literary, which she began after 10 years at Janklow and Nesbitt. The agency is based in Denver. I'm like abbreviating my own notes already to fit in everything. She represents middle grade and YA. And in addition to Stephanie, she represents extraordinary lit day coordinator Maureen Johnson. Stephanie Perkins is the author of Anna and the French Kiss, her debut YA novel. And up next is the companion novel Lola and the Boy Next Door, with a future novel in the sequence in the works. And she is also the wife of wizard rocker Jared of Bread and Forge. See, I was going to say it the other way around. And lastly, for Team Anna and the French Kiss, Julie Strauss-Gable, who is the VP and publisher of Such Children's Books. Not bad. She's not only the editor of Stephanie's novels, of course, but also Lauren Myricle's novels, Matched author Ali Condi, and of course, Mr. John Green, who wrote Will Grayson with Dave Levitan, who is here today in his party hat as editor. There you go. The first member of Team Beauty Queens. David, in addition to being the author of many books, in addition to Will Grayson, like Boy Meets Boy, Wide Awake, and Love is the Higher Law, David also began at Scholastic as an intern and has now worked his way up to editorial director, where he has also edited writers such as Marcus Zuzak and National Book Award winner Judy Blundell. Libba Bray is the author of Beauty Queens, as well as Michael L. Prince medal-winning Going Bovine, and the New York Times bestseller Great and Terrible Beauty and its sequels Rebel Angels and The Sweet Part Thing. And she is now at work on The Diviners, which is set during the Jazz Age. And her husband and agent, Mr. Barry Goldblatt, who somehow I'm not taking notes on, but I can tell you. That is embarrassing. No, I have. Of course I have. I'm totally prepared. He's Mr. Bray, who is the president of Barry Goldblatt Literary, which represents authors and illustrators of kids and YA books. In addition to Libba, Barry represents Holly Black, Cassandra Kerr, Lauren Myricke, who is edited by Julie. Yes. And Lit Day author Robin Wasserman. That is it for my introduction. Your panel, ladies and gentlemen.
Our moderator will soon be joining us for sure, but in the meantime, we're just going to introduce ourselves again, although most of you by now have probably figured out who we are. But let's do it anyway. Who the hell are you?
I remain Scott Westerfeld, and as previously claimed, I write novels for money and fame.
Not love and romance.
Not really.
I write for love and romance. Saying that made me seem like a character from Moulin Rouge. I'm David Levithan. Previously you saw me in my incarnation as an editor. Now I'm an author.
I'm Allie Carter, and I'm always an author. I write a book called Galley Girl series and another series, thank you, and another series called High Society.
I'm Stephanie Perkins, and I write books about cute boys.
Ooh. I'm John Green. I write books about cute girls.
And I'm a Kate Schaefer Testament. I sell books about cute boys, like Stephanie writes, and Nelson Maureen, and this is the result of love and romance.
So what that do left to do, young people? They cry all night.
Cautionary tale panel.
Do we need another chair up there? Fine. I see over the course of the day a number, it's like Beverage Alley up here. Like, there's... All right, so welcome to I Was a Teenage Author. Yeah. This is a very, very exciting panel that I am really thrilled about. This is like the highlight of my day, because I get to hear for the first time a lot of things I've been wanting to hear. It's going to be basically, we're going to be discussing, the perils of being, everybody up here on the panel becomes a successful author. That means there was a part in your life where you were not a successful author, where you were just scribbling things in books or on anything that was flat enough to be scrawled upon, and everyone was telling you, you're going to need to get a real job and have like a real major, and you're like, no, this will work out. And then it does, and then they're like, ugh.
Amphions assured me was microscopic finesse. Curse that white-skinned cutpurse and his super senses. Could you give me a more exact...
I wasn't going to film anything in here tonight because I have a horrible headache, but my family all left to get food. I think they're going to Sonic or something, so I'm in this room alone, so I thought, why not? There's the window. This is the hotel room we're staying in for the rest of the week until Sunday night. We're going back to the one hotel we stayed at unless we can find a different one. That hallway there leads to the bathroom and door, but I'm not going to get up. You can kind of see through there. Yeah. This hotel is really expensive, and so for lunch, me and my dad had some pretzels, so I'm absolutely starving. I just finished off a bag of cheddar fries, and now I'm eating goldfish, and they're going to get supper. I've been starving all day. But, our registration took forever. Well, let's start at the beginning of the day, shall we? So we got here really early. We found where the conference was going on. And, trying to think what happened. We eventually got our Lit Day passes, but just for Lit Day, not for the whole conference. So it had like our name and stuff on it, but only for Lit Day. So we went to the first panel we went to was, my phone is charging so I don't have the schedule with it on it, but first panel we went to was about being obsessed with books. Basically it had a bunch of authors on it, a bunch of authors that I read and love their books, so it was really cool to see them like in person and stuff, and it was a really interesting panel. The second panel we went to was the editors panel, I think, which talked to a bunch of editors, and that was they were all really interesting. But after that was the relationship panel, which talked about the relationship between an editor, author, and agent, And that was really interesting, especially for me since I want to be a writer, you know, the stuff that's good to know. And I think after that was the lunch break. No, it wasn't. I can't exactly remember. At some point there was a lunch break and we bought a bag of pretzels, and that was our lunch because it's so expensive. We're buying food from a grocery store now, so we can eat that. But there was another panel. There were 2 more panels that day. We went to, I can never think when I have a headache. I remember we went to the, and I already forgot. We went to the love and romance panel, which talked about like love and romance, obviously, and young adult literature, it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. And then after that was the funnest panel of the day. I was a teenage author, and it had all the authors, well, not all of them, but most of the authors had brought stuff that they wrote, not necessarily as a teenager. I think some of them were in like 10, middle school, 10 years old, somewhere around there. They were hilarious. Like some of the stuff, that was the most hilarious panel, some of the stuff these authors had written, because I said the panel was meant to give you like hope, basically, if you're a teenage author, and like show you that even these authors that you like look up to weren't always that great. But this stuff was hilarious, the stuff they'd written. So it was a really, really funny panel. I was actually crying at one point because I was laughing so hard. But then after that, I'm crushing my bracelet. After that, we went and stood in line for the conflicts thing for about 3 hours, a little over 3 hours, because that line moves so slow. But once we got in there, it was less than 5 minutes, and we had all our stuff. And so it was, I don't know. So we finally got registered. We got our passes. Here's my picture and my name. And I'm signed up for the actors panel and the Star Kid panel. So that's awesome. And we got this bag of stuff. We did miss the author A. Levine keynote because we were in line for the conflicts and stuff. So that kind of sucks because he's the author of the Harry Potter books. But Cheryl Klein was also there. She works for Arthur A. Levine. So she also worked on the last 2 Harry Potter books. And we got to hear her talk some, so that was cool. Even though we missed him and everything. But anyway, we got this. It's the bag, obviously. It says LeakyCon. I want to buy a LeakyCon shirt. Not entirely positive I will, but I want to at some point. I'm going to make my goldfish. So the bag, this was a thing. This was stuck in the book. This like changes to the schedule and stuff. But anyway, because the stuff, I can show you the bracelets first. This bracelet says the star won't go out on it. Yeah. This is for Esther. I don't know if people watching this know who she is, but she died kind of recently, and the ball is like in memory of her later on this week. And then this other one just says LeakyCon 2011, so that's awesome. And then we have Hogwarts yearbook, and I am in this, but that might take a while to find it. But there's like a timeline in here, like a Harry Potter timeline, and then just different stuff like clubs, teams, student groups, and all that, and it has like pictures. Like, here's the podcast. There's Mugglecast, Pottercast over here. All those. And the art department has fan art. Drama Club, Star Kid pictures over here. And then the Final Battle pictures. So there's some cool stuff. And this is the websites, like where they're based. And look, Indiana, because MuggleNet. I don't know how many people know that. But the founder of MuggleNet is actually from Indiana, so, yeah. I have to be proud of that, so. But there's all these from like all around the world, all the Harry Potter fan sets. Music department has Wizard Rock bands, and then past conferences and stuff, and then you get into all these people's pictures, like during Chris. I just randomly opened up to that, but anyway. And I have to find mine again. Hold on. Yeah, there's me. So that's pretty cool. And an interesting thing, if I had gone to Hogwarts, I really would have been class of 2011. I would have graduated this year. I totally closed this when I wasn't done. But after that, you have like, there's a brief schedule on here, but it's not like in depth. It doesn't have everything on it, I don't think. But here's stuff that's happening this week. Look, it's the Hogwarts Express. And that. And vendors. There's some awesome vendors. Aw, I haven't looked at this yet with gratitude, and J.K. Rowling's on there. But anyway. Yeah, so, it has been a stressful day. Fun at some points, stressful at others. I haven't finished showing you everything in the bag. I thought I had, but I haven't. This is a Wizarding World of Harry Potter bag. I got one of these from last year, but it's just like one of the shopping bags. And then, I'm just pulling random stuff out. I'm guessing this is like a tattoo or something. Yeah, it's backwards. I'm not entirely sure what this says. The magic. I have no idea, but that's something. And then there's a Harry Potter Alliance like postcard thing that has a thing from Andrew Slack on it. And then HP Alliance bookmark. HP Alliance, this is a list of all the stuff they're doing this week. They have a ton of stuff on Thursday and Friday. I don't think I'm going to get to all of it, but I'm going to try and go to as much of the HPA stuff as possible. Like, I think the first thing, their Imagine Better Press conference, I think I'm going to that in the morning. That's fun, because I get to wake up so early for that. That's trash. Hold on. These are 3D glasses for the movie. Are these not awesome? I'm not even going to the 3D movie. I'm going to the 2D. But that's still pretty awesome. And this thing, it's like the 7 golden keys. And I'm guessing based on what I read, like, where was it? There's something somewhere about read the rest. And like it's part of some book that's being published or something based on what I read. Yeah. So, oh, my phone just went off. So I guess this is like part of a book that's being published or something. I don't know. And then there's the Harry history thing. She's doing a signing too, but like, I don't know if I mentioned this in the videos, but I left all my book. Well, I think I did when I talked about. I don't think I did talk about that. The authors Lit Day all did signings, and I didn't get anything signed because I left all my books at home, and I didn't want to pay to buy all their books, so I didn't get anything signed. And she is doing a signing too, but again, I don't have my Harry history book with me, so yeah. Also, Melissa was the first person I recognized that I saw when we got here. We were standing in line to register for Lit Day, and she walked right by me and my dad, and she said hi to us. So that was pretty awesome because she was the first person that I recognized. Now there's the LeakyCon pad of paper, and then I think the only thing left in here is this pin, which says LeakyCon, and it's cool because I got my favorite color, so that's pretty awesome. And I think that's it. So yeah. So I think all I'm gonna do is eat and sleep for the rest of the day because I need to sleep, especially with the rest of the week. I know I'm not going to be sleeping much, so I'm going to try and do that as much as possible this evening. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.